human.
Chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program. Make your voice heard on the Brad, Sean, Brian text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
What's the name of this one?
Orange Crush.
It's be good for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
So, the beginning reminded me of Dire Straits, Money for Nothing and Your Chicks for Free. And as Deuce was getting ready for work today, I was singing that song. He goes, that song kind of bugs me. I go, dude, I remember back in 86 when it first came out, at the jukebox at the Oasis Bar in Kemmer, Wyoming, it was always on. That was as big a hit in 1986 as any other song. It might have been the biggest hit of 1986. And, the key line is, that ain't working. That's how you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Mm-hmm. And I said to Deuce, I said, well, here, let me explain it to you this way and tell me if you like the song better now. Would you rather go to your job today and look at rate and analytical charts for electrical stuff? Or would you rather be banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee, which is another line in the song? And he said, I think I'd rather be banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee. Not that he doesn't like his job, but
sure,
it's money for nothing and your chicks for free if you're in a band. Why do you think Hockey's in a band? Hockey? Chris Hockey's in a band. Why would he? That's why he's in a band, because it's cool. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is 5, 3, 4.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1. It's time now for the lowdown in Dinkytown.
The Gophers men's basketball team already missing 3 of their top 8 players because of injury. Upset number 22, Indiana, 73-64 last night at the Barn. All 5 starters scored in double figures. Minnesota out-rebounded Indiana 40-25. And the defense held the Hoosiers to 33% shooting in the second half.
You're not talking Timberwolves here, I don't think.
No. Common, what sticks out to you from last night's court-storming win?
That they're the opposite of the Timberwolves. You ever hear that cliche? I mean, there's a reason cliches are cliches, because they're generally true. Gave it the old college try. Because you talk about being young and wild and free, you're just out of high school, you're away from home for the first time, especially if you're living on campus, right? And I don't know if all athletes have to live on campus. I'm not sure how that works, but they just love it. They're out there, they're playing for the love of the game, man. And money in some cases, I get that. I mean, now with nil, I mean, it's not as pure, or at least as pure as we used to think it was. But there were some quotes in the Fish Wrap Factory West Side from last night's game. Let's see, Chip wrote about it. Was it the Gamer, or was it from? Let's go to Chip's story. There's a go-to quote here that was really good. Here it is. It says, the Gophers' depth, this is leading up to it, says, the Gophers' depth is thinner than floss because of injuries, Chip writes. Losing a senior point guard and floor leader is hardly ideal for a coach trying to elevate a program in his first season, but whining about it gets nowhere. Medved's message to his players was direct. Respond, press forward, lean on each other. He said, you just tell them the truth. You can't say, well, you guys are going to play more minutes, so let's not play as hard now. Let's try to save yourself to play all those minutes. There's none of that. There's no choice. Just the opposite approach at the Barn that there is over at the Bullseye. Try again. That's what I got out of that. And look, after they lost, they won other games at William, and they were at Williams last night. So they won at home and they've lost. But the teams they've beaten haven't been.
Sure.
So I was thinking, well, maybe it's going to be, I said this yesterday. Remember, I said, God, I do like college basketball so much, especially the NCAA tournament. And it's just so much fun when your team is involved in the NCAA. You wait for the seeding. You can even get to be like the players, where all of a sudden they'll show the camera and they'll go, Drake gets the 12 seed. And you see the kids are all jumping up and down. You get like that as a fan. You're going, where are we going to go? And Golden Gophers, they'll be playing in the Southeast, Southwest, Northern Michigan, wherever. And all of a sudden they're the 8th seed or whatever. You get excited and you go, cool, this is fun. We don't have that here. And that's what I'd like to see. And now, after a game like last night, I said yesterday, I don't think we're going to, this is going to be a longer rebuild than I was hoping. You kind of hope that new coach brings in new players and voila, it changes. In one game does not a program make or a season, but it's fun. You beat a ranked team, you get a win right away. Okay, now there'll be some. I'm sure I didn't watch any of the NCAA basketball coverage, on the talk shows on TV and stuff, or on SportsCenter and that. But I'm sure the Gophers get a little bit of conversation. Hey, Nico Medved, his first season with the Gophers, they spring an upset. They beat number 2 Indiana, so it's cool. I love it, and let's hope they can keep playing like they did last night.
Question number 2. Programming predicament.
Yes, the Timberwolves are at New Orleans to take on the Pels tonight. Of course, they beat the Pels 149-142 in overtime Tuesday night. Now they get the Pels again tonight at 7 p.m. You can watch that game on FanDuel Sports Network or listen to it on the iHeartRadio app. The Wild are in Calgary tonight to take on the Flames. That's an 8 p.m. puck drop. You can watch it on FanDuel Sports Network Plus or listen to it right here on the Fan. The Gophers hockey team is at Ohio State. That's a 6:30 p.m. start on Big Ten Network. And your Detroit Lions host the Dallas Cowboys tonight at 7:15 p.m. on Prime for Thursday Night Football. Common, what are you going to do about tonight's
programming predicament?
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip.
Actually, I was going to go with
the year of the cat.
Ooh.
Deuce and I have to watch. I'm expecting an L.
Really?
Well, they're just not. I wonder if Rosen will now. Remember when Rosen said their window was closed? Then he changed his mind.
Yeah.
He should have stuck with his original opinion, because I do think their window's closed. I mean, maybe next year and healthy again and some acquisitions, but that, I guess Ben Johnson meant more to the club than I really believed. I just thought the offensive coordinator stuff little overrated. That, you have your offense in place. From what I understand, the John Morton guy that took over, he didn't change much. It was almost like, hey, Ben, before you leave, can you leave that playbook with me? Sure, here you go. Knock yourself out. And they were going to basically run the same kind of offense. With Ragnow retired, by the way, do you think when there was speculation that it was a soft benching for McCarthy? Remember that? With the ankle?
Yes.
Remember the announcement at the beginning of last week? Glasgow coming out of retirement. Then conveniently, after they lose to Green Bay on Thanksgiving, the next day it's like, failed a physical. Do you think he just went, I've changed my mind, man? I thought you guys were headed somewhere. I can see that this is not going to be fun. I think that's what happened. I think that was a soft retiring or unretiring. Their offensive line isn't very good. They can't get to the quarter. Maybe that was just because Green Bay's offensive line is so good. But Love stood back there all day and carved the kiddies apart. And I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to play. Do we know yet?
I thought he was listed as questionable. Yeah. I haven't heard anything today.
He has a low ankle sprain rather than a high ankle sprain, and a low is better than a high. Is probably better than a mid ankle sprain too. So, without him, they're in real trouble. And then Laporta's out, and I know we all have injuries. I just don't think they're the same team, and I don't think Campbell.
And the offensive line issues too.
With the offensive line issues, and then I think with Campbell, and look, I love the Dan Campbell. When they would go for it on fourth down, Deuce and I would swallow hard a lot of times. That's just what we do, though. So let's just embrace it. And it worked for them for 2 years. Against Green Bay went for it on fourth down 3 times, converted all 3, Detroit twice and did not. And I think part of it is See, here's the problem. Campbell's mentality is getting him in trouble. I think he's the guy that thinks if we play a more physical game than the other team, we cannot lose. And so on a 4th and 4, on my offensive line is going to blow open a hole for Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe 4th and 1, maybe 4th and 2, but when you're trying to run it on 4th and 4 into a good defense, why are you doing that? Now, again, if the play had worked, I might be singing a different tune, or at least in a different key, but I just don't like. And Dallas, who I just despise the America's team thing, they're playing pretty good. I think it was you who told me their offense can keep up with anybody, right?
Yes.
It's their defense that have had trouble, so maybe that'll help Detroit, but
their defense has actually been playing better recently, hasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I think Detroit can win. It's not like I think, you just go ahead and, forfeit it. But I think it's going to be trouble for Detroit.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Is the wall between the pipes tonight?
No, Gus Bus. They're going every other.
Yeah.
They're rotating at this point because they're both playing well.
Pushing each other. I like it. I wonder if they'll be bored like the Wolves and I just really want to play these games. I just want to get to the playoffs. They haven't shown any of that in the month of November, that's for sure. We'll break. We'll come back. One more quickie. And then little spread swing here on the Fan.
Minnesota becomes the world stage this winter. The 2026 IIHF World Juniors bring the best young hockey talent from across the globe right to the state of hockey. Every game is packed with speed, skill, and national pride. Don't miss your chance to witness history. Get your tickets now at mnsportsandevents.org.
This sounds not exactly. It really is good. Though I guess you can probably fool people, including myself. I like to think I have a fairly good understanding of music and the sounds of different bands, but can tell the difference between AI and real music, or the difference between, what do we call this? Not licensed music, just
Sure.
whatever we call it. But it sounds a lot like Steely Dan. What's the name of this one?
Yacht on the Rocks.
Yeah, see, Steely Dan is considered yacht rock. I read a story on my handheld computer, which doubles as a communication device within the last couple of months. And it was talking about the yacht rock, and it was ranking the yacht rock teams and then bands, and then trying to get comments from them. And they put Steely Dan on that list, and they basically said, well, you know what you can do. Because they don't consider themselves, they're very, is pretentious the right word? Walter Becker is no longer with us, but Don Fagan of Steely Dan, they think pretty highly of them. They're really good. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. They're top 10 band for sure, maybe even top 5. But anyway, Adam Thielen, he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did I hear that right? Do we know? Do we have any indication?
I'm sorry, I was listening to a liner off air. Can you repeat that?
Adam Thielen. He signed with the
Pittsburgh Steelers, yes.
Do we know? Do we have any indication? Are we sure? Because that's what I thought I heard.
No, yeah, he's already been at their practice.
Yeah, okay.
They picked him up off waivers.
Couldn't have been his first choice, right? I mean, because he asked for his release. His representation approached the Vikings front office and said, look.
I'm guessing it was a choice of his. I would assume they would call him and go, hey, if we pick you up waivers, do you want to play here before?
No, but what I mean is, do you think he had multiple teams to choose from and selected the Steelers? That's what I mean. I mean, of course he had a choice to either sign with Pittsburgh or not. I'm saying if you wanted to play for a team that you thought, because I think he'd like to, part of it wanting to is to be involved in a playoff team, a team that has a chance to get to the big game.
Sure.
Pittsburgh's got just as good a chance as you and I do, I think. And I have nothing. I harbor no ill will toward the Steelers or A-Rod. Matter of fact, part of me, because I thought the Vikings should have went in a different direction, our quarterback almost wants me to see A-Rod do really well. Just see what you could have had instead of just thinking we can just plug in a rookie with no experience that we didn't even let play in preseason this year, except for one series or a quarter, whatever it was. But I don't.
Well, I have to imagine his options were limited to begin with, because one, if you're not a playoff team, you're not going to pick them up off waivers, right? So you're already eliminating 13, 14 of the 32 teams. And then on top of that, you need to have a hole at wide receiver, which a lot of those teams don't have, right? I mean, if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, you're not picking up Adam Thielen off of waivers.
Right.
The LA Rams are not picking up Adam Thielen. Because he clearly wants to play as well. Part of it was he wasn't playing, in Minnesota. So Pittsburgh, in that regard, a team that still could make the playoffs. They can win their division. I mean, wide receiver after DK Metcalf, they're about as thin as anybody.
Yeah.
And a quarterback that he's friends with, apparently.
Yeah, well, that's what I read. That because, both of them play golf. Thielen, obviously, a lot better than A-Rod. He's going to get a PGA Tour card when his career's over. But they've played in those celebrity golf tournaments together and apparently even chatted with each other about, wouldn't it be fun to play with each other someday? And so they're going to get that opportunity. And I wish them well. It'd be cool if Pittsburgh, where are they tied for
They're
first?
tied with Baltimore. I think Baltimore technically has the tiebreaker right now.
And
technically Cincinnati's not out of it, even though they're 4-8. Yeah. But both those other teams are 6-6.
And
they got Burrow back.
And Pittsburgh's a quality club, but they seem to be that, they're all right. All right, they're better than they're better than average. But it would be, to me,
Rodgers has dropped off a bit here. And I don't know if it's injuries catching up to him.
It would be a remarkable story if that team won a big game. It'd be one of the,
they ain't winning the big game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It would be a remarkable story if they did. I mean, because they're just not.
They're only in consideration because their division's so bad this year.
That's it. And so, best of luck to them.
Because even Baltimore, since Lamar Jackson's not the same guy right now. Now, if he ever flips, I'm assuming it's all health related. He's not running as much as he used to.
Yeah.
If for some reason he becomes 100% healthy and flips a switch, I would say, hey, Baltimore can go on a run. But they've had a couple games in a row now where he's looked awful.
What, Wild, did you say Wild play Calgary tonight?
Yes.
What if the Wild get out to a 2-0 lead tonight?
I would think that would be a great idea.
Well, it's always good to have the lead, Tanner, but I'm thinking they should keep the game scoreless as long as possible. What do you know about Calgary? Are they any good? Are they the Pittsburgh Steelers of the National Hockey League, or what are they?
They right now have the worst record in the National Hockey League.
Oh, really?
At 9-15-4.
So they're the Minnesota Vikings. I'm just kidding. What is the worst team in the NFL? Who's only got one win? Which team's only?
Is it New Orleans?
It might be New Orleans.
Well, it's not the Jets anymore.
Yeah, I think it might be the same.
Or Tennessee. I'm sorry, Tennessee.
That's right, Tennessee. So they're like
they're already talking about in Tennessee about, they might draft a quarterback at number 1, even though they just got a quarterback at number 1.
But I heard also that this is going to be a weak quarterback class. I mean, is there even one guy that stands out in college where you go, well, this one guy's good? I know it's not as deep as like the one that allegedly that we got McCarthy, and they had 6 guys were drafted. I
haven't put in my draft prep yet.
Right.
I did see a mock draft the other day where it looked like quarterbacks were going to go 1 and 2.
Oh. Okay.
Now I don't know what that means, right? Like Cam Ward went number 1 last year, but he wasn't, even when he went number 1, he wasn't thought to be a generational quarterback.
Right.
We'd even talked about, if Cam Ward had been in the previous draft, he probably would have been like in the J.J. McCarthy range. He wasn't being taken ahead of Daniels or May or Caleb Williams. So
I'm looking forward to spread swing. I really am. Oh, by the way, a quick question for you. Are we doing a program password tomorrow?
Yes. Well, no Lil B.
No. Oh, that's right.
Lil B's out the next 2 weeks.
Nice of her to care.
So tomorrow we have a champion. Not a password, but just a champion in an athletic sport. That would be Caleb Truax is coming in tomorrow.
No, the legendary one.
He's going to play. Mike Grimm's going to play, and Eric Nordo.
Okay.
Those will be the 3 in tomorrow.
He's the former International Boxing Federation super middleweight champion of the world. Please welcome from Osseo, Caleb Golden Truax. He was a 40-1 underdog when he beat James DeGale. 40-1 underdog. 40-1.
In boxing. It's just one-on-one.
Yeah, it's like, well, he's going to get destroyed. And then he ended up winning. And actually, you know what? It was a close fight. In the rematch, and Truex offered him a rematch right away. I said, sure. I know you're going to think this is being a homer, but it's not. Caleb was mad at me one time. He fought. I'll look up the name. I can't remember the name offhand, but it was a national guy. Fought here locally. And the judges saw it as a draw. And Truex was annoyed. Any guy that loses in a draw thinks he won, right? And he came up to me after the fight. He goes, "Come, what did you think?" And I said, because I score as I go along. That's what you're supposed to do. You watch the round, you either call it 10-10 if you think it's even, not a 10-point must, or you go 10-9. And if a guy gets knocked down, it's 10-8. But usually all rounds are 10-9, right? So I looked at him, I said, I had her to draw too. Come on, Common. So he was a little annoyed with me, but I call it as I sees it. So I'm not a homer, though I do pull for Caleb, obviously, when he fights. But I thought he the second fight where he lost in the rematch, I thought he actually won more decisively in that fight than he did the one before. But then the judges saw it different. We'll take a break, come back. Rosen joins us, as does Deuce. It's Spread Swing right here on The Fan.
KFAN welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra for two amazing shows at Target Center on December 28th at 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Get complete show details, including a link to buy tickets at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
A very lively debate between Mark Rosen and I off air. He basically,
Already?
Well, you know what he said to me? I don't even know why I come in here.
Well,
I attacked him right away as soon as he came in.
I have a point.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, I don't think I really believe that when he said that.
I don't really believe that, but it is good to see you.
Is Deuce there? Hello.
Well, you punch him up.
Oh, I don't dare. I'll hang up on him. I was waiting for you to do it. I need help in everything I do.
I thought you've been doing that the whole year.
I guess I have, but let me see if I can try.
I just put him on. Don't do it now.
Deuce is on the Connecticut Water Systems hotline. I know you like your job, Deuce, but what you told me this morning, you'd rather be banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee.
Bang on the bongos like a chimpanzee wouldn't be too bad. Money for nothing and your chicks for free.
Correct.
My spread swing is in dire straits. I'm
Well, wait a minute. You were
Well done.
What?
that I just had.
Oh, that's pretty
a
good.
very good line.
That is very good.
Well done. We are at Spread Swing. Deuce at work. Rosen here in studio. Tenby, where are we at in Spread Swing after last week's results? I think I'm in some trouble, I think.
You'd be surprised.
Oh,
So
yeah, you took it on the chin.
I think it was more than just the chin. So going into last week, I was in first place with 61 points. Deuce was in second with 37.5. Common, you were in third with 37. And Rosen was in last place with 1 point.
Hey, youngster.
Rosen, you did at least make a little bit of progress this week. You had the Chargers -9 against Las Vegas. They won that one by 17, so you gained 8 points there.
Wow.
You had a slight loss in your other one. You had Miami -6. They won by 4, 21-17 over New Orleans. So you lost 2 there. But on the week, you gained 6. You went from 1 to 7 points. Common, you were in third place, and you had best of the lousiest of the best type of week because your Kitties did not do too well on Thanksgiving. They lost to the Packers by 7. You had them -2.5. So you lost 9.5 there, but Monday night was a good one for you because you had the Patriots -7 against the Giants, and they won by 18. So you gained 11 on the week. You gained a 1.5.
Sweet.
You're now at 38.5 points. Deuce, you sniped me on the Tampa Bay selection, and they ended up just getting 0 points for you. They were -3 against Arizona. They won by 3, so you got nothing there. And then you had Cleveland +5 against the 49ers. They lost by 18.
Ooh.
So you lost 13 points there. You dropped down to 24.5 points. and get ready to laugh. Get ready to laugh a lot. Here was my weekend. I had Baltimore -7 against the Bengals. They lost 32-14.
Oh, my God.
So I lost 25 points there.
Joe Burrow's return.
Then I had Tennessee +6.5 against Jacksonville. They lost by 22. I lost 15.5, so I lost 40.5 points on the week. I've dropped from first place to third place.
Wow.
So now, Common, you are in the lead.
Thank you.
With 38.5 points.
Back.
Deuce in second with 24.5 points. I'm in third with 20.5 points. Rosen, all of a sudden, not out of it. You're in fourth with 7 points. It's anybody's NFL spread.
And all is right with the world.
So the order today will be Rosen, me, Deuce, Common.
Spread swing.
Before we do our first pick, I just want to read this text message. It says, Common, spread swing is my favorite segment on the Fan. I like it more than the initials game, password, and Gerbschmidt. I love hearing Year of the Cat. Rosen, try not to be a homer and take the Vikings, attempt to give an original opinion, but especially Deuce giving a long-winded explanation of his pick that ultimately gets absolutely crushed. That's what does make spread swing
good
fun.
summary.
Yes, very good. All right, who's up?
I'm up, and I'm not going to wait any further than tonight. I should have stuck to my guns at the beginning.
Don't snipe Common.
No, I'm not going to snipe Common. He's going to. I should have.
Maybe
stuck
I won't
to
take the Lions.
I should have stuck to my guns at the beginning of the year when I said the Lions window is closed. They had their chances to go to the big game the last 2 years, and they're not going to get back. Their offensive line's now a mess. They do miss Ben Johnson. Dan Campbell thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, going for fourth down all the time, and he's 0 for 7. I think now his last 7 times. Is Amon St. Brown even playing tonight?
I don't think so.
He might be.
He's
I don't
questionable.
know. Dallas is hot. I got to like the way they're playing right now. They look like they were dead and out, gone for any playoff consideration, but I think the Vikings have a little bit of a blueprint as far as getting after Goff and putting some pressure on him because, he's a great quarterback, but he's got time. And unless Jahmyr Gibbs runs for 190 yards tonight, I just don't see Detroit doing it, even though they're at home. Big game for both teams. A lot of fun to watch tonight.
You got me convinced. Maybe you should double down in this game.
No, I'm not going to double down. But I'm just going to take the boys over the kiddies in the litter box. I get 3 points, so I will go with Dallas and CeeDee Lamb and Pickens and Dak Prescott and see if they can light it up tonight.
Oh, my gosh.
You gained some ground on the leader this week.
Spread swing.
Plus, it'll just be fun to watch.
I hope this isn't coming off as desperation after losing 41 points last week. But it's time to use the first double down.
Doubling down.
We waited till December. We saved it. And I'm going to take a big point spread game to do it. The LA Rams are -8 at Arizona this week.
Nice.
Wait a minute. That's at Arizona?
It is at Arizona, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're right. You sent that correction.
Yes, I just put the bold on the wrong team, but it still says at Arizona.
Yep.
I know LA is coming off a loss last week against Carolina. That was just a weird, wacky game. This is just bizarre plays, bizarre turnovers. I still think the LA Rams might be the best team in football. I think they are a big game contender. They are going to bounce back. They're indoors at Arizona against a team that has won one game in their past 10. And LA has had games in which they are able to beat teams by 24, 28 points. I'm going to hope they do another 24-point type victory. I double down and get to my 32 points. I will take the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford -8 at Arizona.
They should crush them.
Spread swing.
Okay, here comes the long-winded one.
Well, I got sniped here, so this might even be a little more long-winded than usual. I was going to take the Rams gladly because I think they'll destroy the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to be waiting a little bit for my first game. I'm going to wait till Monday night when the Eagles travel to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. These are a couple of teams that have kind of been floundering as of late. The Eagles have lost a couple straight. I think just last week they lost to the Bears. And the Chargers, was it just last week where they got, I think, destroyed by Jacksonville? Or maybe that was
They beat Vegas last week.
Yep.
By like 17.
I think that, yeah. Oh, okay.
But
Well,
Herbert just had
I
a
think
surgery.
Yeah, Herbert had surgery.
Okay, that's right. Well, I'm not following LA Charger football.
So you didn't even know that their quarterback had surgery.
Well, it's on his non-throwing hand.
No, I
He'll be
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Head down
I sure
to
did
Diamond
not.
Joe's, folks, and take whatever the opposite of what Deuce picks.
Well, I'm taking the away team. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. They're a quality football team, and I don't think their loss to the Bears is anything to worry about if you're a Philly fan. I think that the Bears are actually for real. I like what I saw from them last week, and I think that Philly is going to come in with a bounce-back victory over a Chargers team that's good but not great. So give me the Eagles -3.
Spread swing.
And it's not the year of the cat. We know that now. It's obvious.
But it's fun. Oh, they're not
Easy
done.
for you to say.
No.
It's not over yet.
What are you talking about? Man, the Vikings would like to be in
They're
that
in
position.
the hunt.
Yeah.
They'll put up 34 on this Dallas defense tonight.
Yeah. The only problem is their defense will give up 35 or more. But I'll go with them. You know, again, it's like I don't believe a lot of people will say this when they're talking about games. I hear people say it all the time. Well, they're a desperate team. Well, there's a reason they're desperate because they're not very good. They're in a position. They put themselves in a position to be desperate, and just because you're desperate doesn't mean you're going to play any better. I mean, both teams are desperate for win. Detroit needs to win to have. I mean, they're I think 2 games out of the playoff race right now. They have no chance to win the division. I mean, unless Green Bay. Well. Realistically,
it's
the
gonna be
Packers
tough.
aren't collapsing. They lost the tiebreaker. They're literally they've lost both games to the Packers, so they lost the tiebreaker too. So now that's if Green Bay wins the division, but it could still be Chicago. So I don't like the offensive line is a mess. Defensively, I don't know how much give more credit to the Green Bay offensive line or the lack of a pass rush by Detroit because. They didn't get near Jordan Love last weekend. So I mean, I'll take the Lions. I'm probably the only one. I feel like Daniel in the Lions den, but I'll take the Lions, and I got to give them
-3
points. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lions are a terrible team and a terrible city. All terrible things and a terrible stadium and terrible uniforms and terrible cheerleaders.
That was my favorite part. Terrible
So-
cheerleaders.
Why?
Cheerleader.
Wise beyond his years. Wise beyond his years.
Spread swing.
Am I up again?
It's on you.
All right.
You're going first.
Well, there are some great matchups this weekend. There are playoff implications for a lot of games. It's probably the best weekend of the season so far.
Really?
Yeah, I think so overall.
Oh yeah, Green Bay, Chicago.
Well, that's where I'm going to go. You know, we know the Bears' history of trying to win a game at Lambeau Field. It ain't good.
You're going to take the Bears, aren't you?
Yeah, I sure am. I just
Really?
like the fact that they get
Green Bay so much.
7 points. Well, I love Kevin Warren and the Bears. You know, that's my
Yeah.
adopted team as well. So I do think that their running game has been fantastic. I want to see Ben Johnson take his shirt off at Lambeau Field after he beats the Packers. And I think the Bears are starting to feel it a little bit. And I love the fact that they're 7-point underdogs. That's number one. I mean, if this was a toss-up, I'd probably take the Packers. But they're not. And it's called spread swing for a reason. So I like the fact I'm getting 7. Again, I don't think Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers is going to step on the field for Green Bay. You know, Jordan Love's good. I like the Bears' confidence level right now. And I'll take the 7 points and go with the Bears.
Chicago's a tough guy, Tom.
Yeah, you're right. It is. I think they'll have a good chance of upsetting him.
Spread swing.
I'm about to get sniped, aren't I?
No, I don't think you would touch this game. Colts right now favored by 2 points at Jacksonville. That would be a AFC South division collision. Maybe the winner of this game is going to win the division. And as we now know, Daniel Jones is playing on a fractured fibula. That ain't getting better. It's not a muscle injury that can just get better. All of a sudden, you're
You
feeling
said
good.
I wouldn't touch that game. What do I got circled?
Jacksonville. That's the game. I almost took that one.
But he's playing with a fractured fibula, and he's done it the last 2 weeks. And now teams are just like, all right, we are just going to go all in on stopping Jonathan Taylor, and they have. They've contained Jonathan Taylor the last 2 weeks. Plus, part of what makes Daniel Jones a competent quarterback is he can run. But right now, he can't run. And he is just a pocket passer, and he's not a very good pocket passer. And Jacksonville can get after the quarterback a little bit, which he now lacks mobility. So I have an 8-4 team at home, 2-point underdogs, and they're playing a quarterback with a fractured fibula. I'm going to go Jacksonville +2.
What made you think I wouldn't touch that game?
I don't know. It's typically you usually have like 4 or 5 teams that you like to go on their games. You like the NFC North.
I'm in first place.
You like the Rams.
I must be pretty good at this game. To me, that was the easiest. That was the easiest game on the board. That was the biggest no-brainer.
Really?
Matter of fact, had you left it alone,
I should have doubled down that one.
Oh, I would have doubled down on that. If it was me, I would have doubled down. To me, because everything you said is exactly. I had no idea if Jacksonville has a good pass rush or not, but I just know when when he has a fractured fibula, and I watched the film of him in practice, dropping back to he'll get sacked a half a dozen times easily. There's no way Baltimore wins that game.
Spread swing.
I'm going with a couple of teams. I assume the song's done now. I'm good to go.
You're good.
I'm going with a couple of teams that have already met this season. The first time they played, the team that emerged victorious won by only 3 points, but this week that team is going to win again by a much larger margin. The Vegas Raiders are horrific, and I know they're at home, but Denver's really playing some good football, 10-2, and the Raiders have not won a game since October 12th, and I don't think they're going to start to do it anytime soon, especially not against the Denver Broncos. I think that even if Vegas, got off to a quick 2-touchdown lead with only 5 minutes elapsed in the game, they wouldn't come out victorious. I'm taking it the Denver Broncos -7. Hopefully they'll put up a 3 or a 4 touchdown victory, something like that, because I need the points. Give me Denver.
It seems like Denver always plays like close games, though, even though they win them all.
Right.
It doesn't seem like they blow out a ton of opponents, but yeah, they are playing Vegas.
The Raiders are awful.
Spread swing.
This pains me because my favorite teams in football are the Lions, the Vikings, and whoever is playing Green Bay. And I already told Deuce, I don't know if I've said this on the air. I know the teams that I pull for, the Lions and Vikings, are out of it. I like having a team. I mean, I don't live and die by it. And it doesn't matter whether it's AFC or NFC. It's usually NFC. And I don't care if they're in the division. I've adopted the Bears. I'm like you. It's not because of my relationship with Kevin Warren, because I don't know him. But I just like the Bears because I like just the way they do it. They were not much was expected. They got a new coach. Williams was under siege last year. Maybe they shouldn't have drafted him. I know it's been more actually the running game than anything and their defense. But I like them. But I still need to see, again, the games they have won for the most part. And it's not their fault. You heard me say this a million times. They don't put the rosters, the teams together. They don't put the schedule together. So they're playing, most of their wins are against terrible teams in terrible cities. They are now playing a bona fide playoff club at Curly.
We're going to go head to head.
Yes, Green Bay.
Both of them.
Green Bay is playing very well. I like Jordan Love a lot. I don't love Jordan Love. I'm not in lust with Jordan Love, but I like Jordan Love, and I think he's good. I think Green Bay is. I think they're going to win, and it's a lot of points, 7. But I think I'll.
I don't know why they are. That's all. That is a lot.
It does seem like a lot of points to me.
That's what swayed me to go to the Bears.
But I'll go ahead and I'll take the Packers and surrender the 7.
How about that? You two going head to head on both your matchups.
Correct.
I love it.
Starts tonight.
The last time a Cole went against Rosie in both games, it went pretty well. So I think Dad might establish himself.
There you go.
Just mind your P's and Q's.
Deuce, we'll see it. Deuce, you've been waiting all day for what?
For Thursday night. I've been waiting all day. I've been sitting at my desk and I can't even get work done. I'm just nervous.
Yeah, it's a big one tonight. I'll see you back at home. Thanks, Deuce.
Take care, Deucey.
Yep, sounds great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep, for sure. There's Deuce, little spread swing. We'll take a short break, come back with more, another hour to go. The comment to be and the legendary Mark Rosen right here on The Fan.